Hey friends, I just wanted to get on here and talk about the Marathon gameplay reveal. Up until this point, Bungie has been very quiet on gameplay for Marathon. So I wanted to give a brief overview on what Marathon is, what the world is all about, and what we saw today. Quickly, let's talk about Marathon and what it is. Marathon is a PvEvP extraction shooter made by Bungie, the developers of Destiny and the Halo series. Marathon started out as a predecessor to Halo and was a single player Doom style game back in the 90s. The story so far for the new Marathon is what we got from the newly released Steam page. It says, scavenge the lost colony of Tau Ceti 4 in Bungie's team-based FPS extraction shooter. Choose your runner and work together in crews of 3 as you battle rival teams and hostile security forces for weapons and upgrades. Survive and your loot is yours to keep for future runs on Tau Ceti. Or, if you're brave enough, a journey to the derelict Marathon ship that hangs above. What once was a thriving colony is now a battleground for rival factions competing for power and fortune, hiring runners to track down weapons, valuables, and the edge they need to win. They also revealed a cinematic short by Albert Melgio of Love, Death, and Robots fame. If you want a deeper dive on that, check Mr. Raffle Waffles or My Name is Bife for a deeper look. The cinematic goes into a whole rabbit hole with ARG that is extremely deep. I mean, extremely deep. Mr. Raffle Waffles made a whole breakdown of the ARG. That's about an hour long and it's super interesting. So you guys should definitely check out. And there's a lot of lore tidbits, and I expect there to be a lot more lore info. So go and check that out. During their live stream, they released 3 videos today: a gameplay reveal trailer, a gameplay overview trailer, and a creator alpha gameplay highlights. First off, let's talk about Ben Starr. Ben Starr is doing voiceover for this game, and I automatically knew the moment he came on. Once I heard, I was like, oh man, that's Ben Starr. Cheers to Ben Starr. This man is everywhere. I'm glad that this man gets all of the recognition and jobs because of this man is amazing. Cheers to Ben Starr. I'm going to compile most of the gameplay I got from these videos. Okay, let's talk about the art style. Said it before in my previous videos. This art style is right up my alley. This art style is so unique. It's beautiful. The neo-future style that previously that I mentioned with Dead and Wolves and now Marathon is something that I am extremely happy about. I love this style. I love the futuristic gameplay. I love the world that they're building. And I can't wait to see more on what is exactly happening here. Okay, let's talk about gameplay. So far, we only have one map, which is Tau Ceti 4. This map is going to have 18 players, 6 teams of 3 with NPCs around every corner. You can play solo in this game, but realistically, this game is meant for 3-player teams. Just like every other extraction shooter, you will build a loadout, choose a runner, and your goal is simple. Get in, get loot, and get out. If you die, all of your gear is up for grabs. Okay, let's talk about the runners, right? So there is 4 runners at launch, and they describe runners as, quote, a cybernetic mercenaries who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats. Like I mentioned before, there's 4 runners. We have Locust, which is a push forward style gameplay. Definitely the first in for battles, and definitely front line, has shields. Definitely a tank style runner. Next we have Blackbird, which is a recon style runner. Blackbird is mainly for trying to figure out exactly where your enemies are and giving as much map awareness as possible. Next we have Glitch. It's all about disrupting teams and what they are doing. Great for team fights. And last we have Void. Void is our sneak around shadow type. Abilities like smoke, and has an active camo. So it's really interesting to see how these runners are set up with different abilities, different items, different weapons. So it gives more of a customizable feel for your specific playstyle. We also got to look at different weapons in the game. We saw ARGs, we saw shotguns, Even saw a charge energy rifle. They have different firing modes, different scopes. Your abilities and your items are really going to make a big difference here. In the gameplay reveal trailer, I saw somebody pointing down with an iron sight and all of a sudden quickly switching over to the scope. So there's a lot of versatility in the type of gameplay that you want. Bungie also revealed that there are faction sponsored runs. So faction sponsored runs are basically runs where they give you the bare minimum to go out there and grab new loot without having to supply your own loot. It's going to be good for those new first time extraction shooter users that can quickly grab items, bring them back, and start building up their repertoire of different weapons, items, scopes to kind of flesh out different things. So even if you are not good at these games, you can go on a faction sponsored run and still get loot from it. There's a whole ping system that helps with the team's communication and also notifications on the top left corner. It helps notify exactly what is happening and keep everybody in the know on how the team's doing, who's down, or who needs to be revived. To bounce off that, you can revive your teammates. It does take a bit of time, but it'll help keep the run going. Something I saw really interesting in the reveal trailer was a grenade going off, and then all of a sudden, all the windows started shutting like an automatic or automated system that possibly could be an event that was happening. Not exactly sure, but it's still something to know. Like I mentioned before, different runners have different abilities. And if you saw at the bottom of the screen, you could see that they have 2 abilities, but it does look like that there could be up to 4 abilities that you could have on one character. Some abilities that I saw was possibly Locust, the runner, having boosting abilities so he can boost left to right to dodge out of enemies' fire. There are world events that happen on the map. Looks like maybe supply drops as they're shooting it down. And they also mentioned dynamic events and variable weather. Every runner has 2 weapons and a melee. I haven't seen any kind of new weapons for the melee. Every NPC kill or not, you get XP for your faction. What does that mean to level up in your faction? Still trying to figure that out. Another tidbit. NPCs have a different range of shields. I've noticed that the purple shielded enemies are a lot harder than the green ones. My guess is that the purple shielded enemies have more equipment and more items that are a lot more needed or wanted. There is fall damage in this game, but in the video they mentioned that if you dash at the last minute, you will mitigate that damage. Each item has lore attached to it, so it's really interesting to see how things are being played out, or possibly more lore implications from these specific items. Also, with items, they give great detail on exactly how to use the item, if they're necessary, or how to unlock other things with it. I'm not exactly sure how the unlock system works or how that plays out, but it's something to note. Each weapon have stats and breakdowns of exactly how they play, or if they're good at long range, close range, or if they have a scope on them. Loot will be a variety of weapons, scopes dropping, and healing abilities. They also mentioned in the reveal trailer that they're going to have seasonal storytelling, ranked play, end game challenges, secrets, community events. And right now, if you go on to the Marathon Discord, you can sign up for the alpha, which I was in the Discord, and that bot is working overtime. There's so many people requesting alpha. Last but not least, they finally revealed the release date of September 23rd, 2025. So my thoughts on the whole thing. I was not really interested in this game. I'm not a big extraction shooter. I don't like super competitive games, but there's something about this game that makes me super interested. I think it's the lore. I think it's the style of gameplay. I think it's the world that they're building, and I've fully jumped onto the train of playing Marathon, and I'm excited to learn more about it. I think Bungie cooked with this one, and I'm excited to play it. I can't wait for September 23rd, and I hope you guys are too. If you guys like this style of video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys are interested in playing Marathon, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.